Welcome to Fiddler Talk. I'm your host, Saber Main with Reaper1, and we're excited. This is the first episode. This is the official first episode that we're going to be releasing. And look, we were going to get into talking about leadership and just making it going through there. Well, I decided to be the monkey to throw the wrench into the plans because guess what? Everyday life, something always happens. We always get the wrench thrown in plants. And it's how you react to it, which is going to create that leader. So we're going to let Reaper1 take over. He says he got some questions for me. So we're going to see what these questions are, and we're going to go from there. Let's get to it.
I got my big question right now is your little quote there, the monkey throwing the wrench in the pot.
Not in the pot. It's in the plans, bro. In the plans.
Is that the actual saying?
Yes. The monkey throws the wrench into the plants where the plans get destroyed. So guess what? You got to come up with ways to all right, this is what's happening. But when you're so attached to a plan, you get upset. Like, oh, this isn't going as planned. Guess what? Expect the monkey to throw the wrench in the plans. Expect it. Because if you could expect that, you could adjust from that and be able to look. All right, cool. The monkey threw the wrench in the plans. Now we got to step back. Let me analyze what's going on so I can turn around and execute the plan that's happening.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's that's the actual saying. I actually heard it from a lieutenant back in our old unit.
Are you going off the lieutenant? Because he was probably wrong.
Those down lieutenants. No, it's not going off the lieutenant, man. But it's true. Anytime that we were pulling operations or anything, that we would go do one of our field trainings, what was the problem? Something always came up. And you notice the people that were getting frustrated because nothing was going as planned. Well, if you just expect that nothing's going to go as planned, you're not going to get upset. There's no reason to be upset. Right? So it's a good saying. I like it. I enjoy it. When I heard that, I was like, I'm taking that from you.
I'm like 90% positive that's not the actual saying. I'm pretty sure it's not throws a wrench in the plants.
Not the plants, bro. The plans.
Plans. Dude,
yes.
The entire time I thought you said plants, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no, it's plans.
Oh. I shouldn't curse. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. What can you say? Spent a couple years through the military. What happens? Sailor mouth, right?
I didn't curse at all before the military.
Yeah, I know you
never cursed.
Oh, I know. Your fiance never cursed, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just cursed on the phone. And I was like, "Wait, hold up, hold all plans. What did you just say?"
When we first started dating, I couldn't get her to flip me off, and she's just like,
"Yeah,
every other day."
Yeah, no, it completely changes you. But it also changes, you can that's another thing. Again, we joined the military, and you have a plan when you first join the military, and you're like, I'm going to spend this time doing this in the military, and I'm going to spend, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And then you start actually training, oh, now I'm training a lot more, I'm doing this. And what happens? The monkey's throwing the wrench in the plants. So you have to adjust fire, analyze what's going on, and then go and execute. It's one of the things, stepping back, understand what's happening, and then continue moving forward. Absolutely. And that's how you got to look at life.
No, 100%, man. It's all around you. Most people think that, well, I'm 25 years old, I'm done growing, I'm done, I'm done changing, and so on and so forth. And people cease to realize that life changes nonstop, every day, every second.
Yes, exactly. And just being able to that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You just said it. I'm 25 years old, and some people they think they're stuck where they're at. You're not stuck. You could change. You could still change what you're doing, and you can still continue moving forward. Just understand, you might see someone somewhere else in life that might be doing better than you, or might be in a better spot than you, that's fine. They could be there. You are at your own pace. You are creating yourself. You're creating your future. You're creating your past, right? So for you, just look at it. All right, what happens in the past happens in the past. What's happening right now is what I need to focus on. Can I have goals for the future? You can. So you just work into it where you're like, you know what you need to execute. You have a plan, but you need to understand that plans will not go 100%.
No, agreed.
So, all right, let's see what else you got for me.
So, this is our first official episode. Some people might realize that we have a trailer up right now. It went up like December 2nd, I think. So we have a trailer up. This first episode will be uploaded on the 2nd or the 1st of January, so 2023. Starting the year off the right way. But other than that, nobody knows anything about us or about you. Most people won't know you were the inspiration behind this idea. You're the go-to man right now. So, leader.
Yes. So, introduction, right? So, basically, one day, just sitting there, and this is all memory right now. This is like pure memory. This is all blindsided memory, right? So I was just sitting there. I was having a like trouble figuring out like myself, trying to figure out like, hey, I'm not where I want to be, and I need to get there. And then I was sitting there. I was like, well, I've been wanting to do a podcast, and I've been wanting to do these things, but I realized doing certain things by myself isn't feasible. Like, I need a team. And then I started sitting there and I was like, well, I call Reaper1 all the time, talk to him. We talk about the gym. We talk about life in general. I'm like, cool. And then I call one of our other guys every once in a while. And I was like, you know what? What if I have a team. I have a team that I have worked with before, and we all know how each other works, and we enjoy each other's company, and we've been there. Like, we've been this team. I need a team to help me get where I want to go. And then I was in the gym, and I stepped out of the gym, went and sat in my car, and I was like, I'm going to call Reaper1 up, and I'm going to ask him if he wants to do a podcast and see where he's going. And as soon as I asked him, he was like, hell yeah, let's do this. Totally support. Go ahead.
I was sitting on a bench doing incline dumbbell bench press when you called me.
That's actually kind of funny that you were at the gym and I was at the gym, and I was like, hold on, let me go do this.
No, yeah, I was sitting there doing incline dumbbell press, and I was like, yeah. Oh man, I was like, oh, fuck. I gotta answer the phone.
Yeah, so.
But speaking of that, right?
Oh, phone's ringing.
Wow.
I know. Always getting calls, right?
Blooper. So, 3 or 4.
Whatever, we'll keep on running with it.
But speaking of which, right? So you mentioned you realized you couldn't do things by yourself, man, and that was that was the ever waking like moment in my life when I realized that I just can't do stuff by myself. Especially with the band stuff, right? So like, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to like write and record and do things, by myself, and I'm like, I can't play the drums. I can play bass, not very well. I can't write a bass line. Not very well, right? Not like a bassist could. Not like an experienced bassist. I'm an experienced guitarist. I'm an experienced vocalist. I'm an experienced lyricist. Not an experienced drummer. So, I can have ideas in my head, but I needed a plethora of people to help me realize my journey, right? To help me realize the studio and, a podcast and all this stuff in my life. I seriously took a step back, man, when I realized that you can't do it alone.
Yeah, in general, like life in general, there's always someone that you got to depend on. And like what kind of put this together, what kind of made me realize a lot of this was trying to do PMCS Monday mornings on my vehicle.
No, to be fair, I did that for myself.
No, all right, but did you? Because you had to get the XO to give you the 5988. So you had to wait till the XO got the 5988.
Okay, I suppose you're right. I'm just saying.
All right, so you got the 50,
didn't do it.
Right, so you had to get the 5988 to go to the vehicle to write down the faults. Once you're done with that, you have to go to the mechanics to have them verify the faults. So you
said PMCS, you can't.
So you consistently have to.
You're right.
You depend on someone else to do their job to get it done, and then, like, even for your leave days, trying to take leave or something, you're always dependent on someone else. But you also, like, a lot of people forget, like, they're caring about themselves. But, and I used to do this when I want to go on leave. I was like, I need this. Hold on.
Right.
What is that person like? What is going on with them? Let me check on them. Let me see how they're doing. And stuff like that. But excuse me. Before we go off topic.
Excuse you.
Yeah. Excuse me. Before we go off topic, let's go back to.
Isn't that the theme of today?
Yeah.
Going off topic.
Literally, the monkey is throwing wrench in the plans.
Stop saying it. I can't unhear plants.
Oh my. So yeah.
So introduction.
Actually, the lieutenant that told me that, by the way, I don't want to put his name on here, but it starts with a P. I think he went to Bandit. He was
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
All right, yeah. That
you don't want to say his name because you don't know how to pronounce it.
That too. Hopefully he hears this one day. He's like, I know exactly who he's talking about.
Maybe.
We'll see.
So we got through how. Let's get through why.
All right, so
why Fiddler Talk?
Why Fiddler Talk, man? Fiddler Talk it's a community. I want to build a community of people with like-minded that are also open-minded to open, like, subjects. But I also want to create, like, a family, because that's one thing I realized about the team I have. They're not just a team. I don't see them as a team. I don't see them as just friends. No, they're family.
Yeah, we're family. No, I agree.
Like, cool. It's one of these people in my family needed something. I'm there for them. I'm there. Like, cool. And I'm not gonna put situations out there or anything, but I almost flew to Florida a couple weeks ago to come down for you. But I knew at that time it was good for me to be like, all right, let me step back. Let you take your time.
No, and I'll say, right, we were really appreciative. But yeah, no, I would have if you needed anything, I would fly out immediately. I'd get my car right now. I'd get my truck right now and drive to you right now if I needed to, you know.
I would pray that you wouldn't want to drive that truck this far, because it would be a really expensive drive.
I went 1,100 miles, not a single problem. Well, my blinkers went out a few times. They'd like go on and off.
Just a few times.
The lights
a little jiggle here and there.
The blinkers just like get a tune and be like, oh, this is illegal.
Hey, who uses blinkers nowadays? Let's be honest.
You're right. Not me, because I don't have them.
Hey, I drive a BMW. We don't know what that is.
Yeah, trust me, I know what that one is.
All right. Yeah, so basically why
what about the foundation?
So the foundation, man.
Future plans.
Yeah, this is the future plan, is to build a foundation that's gonna and it's gonna be a nonprofit, so that we can help people that. So basically, I saw this. This is the biggest problem that I have seen. I've seen families that either make too much money where they can't get government assistance, and there's
you make just enough.
yeah, you make just enough that it's just hard for you to get some help, some relief in your life somewhere. So I want to build this foundation that's going to come out and help those people. Like, hey, my kid just had a heart transplant or something, and the bills are this much, but I make too much and I cannot, like, I can barely afford life.
So who are we talking about?
Basically, so this is the goal. I got to help my brothers and sisters first, and that's going to be my military members. But the ultimate goal is to expand from that and help everyone that's out there.
Okay.
Because we do need to help everyone. Everyone needs help some way. If you need help, just one day you're just having that bad day, and this is where the family comes in. This is the community that we're building. You're just having that bad day. Cool. You can message in to this. Hopefully we could get our own website and we could build our own like little social media thing where people could come in and talk and be like, hey man, I'm just having a bad day. I'm having that off day and I just need a vent. I need something to get out. Well, that's what we're here to do. We're going to be there to help that person. Like, hey man, look, it might be the monkey threw a wrench in your plans. Let's build from that. Like, cool. What is it so that you can step out of it, analyze it to execute for the next day? So that's kind of the why is sometimes people have off days and I want to be there to help them. Some people are having a hard time and just trying to figure out that whole year and that year's struggle. Well, we're trying to help you.
Okay. So, yeah. No, I like it. So, why, who, when, where kind of thing, that's who we are. We're Fiddler Talk. We're here to inspire, create, help, and just be there.
Yeah, we want to be there for everyone, but we also want to build this like community. That's the ultimate goal.
We also might talk about some cool stuff along the way.
Yeah. Look, we're still looking at like I like reading books. I got Reaper1 reading a couple books, but hopefully we can talk about those books, and hopefully we can get some people on here that basically I want to hear life stories, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing in life that someone hasn't been through or is going through right now that's not in a book or someone else has been through it. It might not be the exact same, but it's similar.
Learn something from everybody.
So hopefully this community thing and what we're building takes off, and hopefully, we're going to stay disciplined and consistent to do this. And hopefully we turn that into something for all of you guys to stay disciplined, because I say for like the gym, getting into stuff like that, it's not about motivation about going. It's the discipline. Stay disciplined.
Dedication.
Like, you got to be disciplined. Like, oh, I'm having an off day. Like, my biggest downfall right now for me is I don't like running. It is cold where I'm at. Freezing cold.
It's actually pretty cold here in Florida right now. When you're used to 80 degrees all year round and it's 40 degrees outside, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, yeah, dude. The other day, we got down to 10 degrees, and I was like, But I sat there, and I woke up that morning, and I was like, I'm going to go for a run. Took me a half an hour looking at my shoes, being like, I don't want to do it.
No, yeah, you still did it.
And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go freeze. So if I'm going to go freeze, I'm going to go freeze with 110%.
There you go.
So I went out, I ran, coughed my lungs out. But it's the discipline. Even when you feel like you shouldn't do that, when you feel like there's something that you shouldn't do, more than likely it's something that you should do.
I like it.
Now you can take that in different aspects. But we're talking about the gym. So if you are someone that's sitting on a couch and you're like, I feel like I need to go to the gym, you probably should go to the gym. If you're someone that's like, I probably should go to school, like I should go back to school or something, you probably should go back to school.
Speaking of which, speaking of dedication, your boy here just registered for his classes for the spring.
Nice.
I got the survey of business music, and American government right now.
Nice.
So I'm trying to get into a few other classes, but that's what I'm in right now. So,
hey man,
dedication. Small. Yeah, you start small. Dedication.
I'm actually my current self. I'm looking at my business administration. I've been how many years have I been talking about that?
Since I've known you.
Yeah, like I've been talking about it for freaking years, and I actually took the step, and I was like, you know what? Why am I talking about it? I got to execute. So
everybody talks, man. Everybody talks about it. Everybody dreams about it. Everybody thinks about it. You think about it constantly every day, and nobody like it. You're never gonna feel like you want to do it. It's never gonna be the right time. Everybody's gonna be like, well, I got stuff going on right now. Like, I got this over here, and the kids need this, and my mom's in the hospital. It doesn't matter, man. It's never gonna be the right time.
Didn't I tell you the monkey throws the wrench in the plans?
The monkey's over there throwing the whole freaking pool back in the plans.
Yeah.
So, it'll never be the right time. You just got to sit down and do it. Today, for me personally, I'm speaking from experience right now. Today was not the day to register for classes, but I did it. It needed to be done, and I did it. I was thinking about it. I was talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I just got to get up and do it. So I did it.
How many times have we been talking about trying to get this exact recording? How many times have we talked about like, oh, we got to get this recording? And
this week, more than a dozen.
Yeah. And finally, it was like, you know what? We just got it. One, we got to stay consistent, and we got to stay disciplined. So,
speaking of this episode, and that freaking monkey, leadership. So you wanted, for the longest time, right, people, we were going to talk about leadership and ownership first. That was our big goal. That was our big thing. So we're going to say something about it. We might as well, right?
Yeah, we've been looking into it. We've been studying it. So
my question to you, Saber Main, is, right, so leadership is we all know what leadership is. Does being a good leader involve having a clear and stable mindset?
So
because you could, you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Like, because everybody's got stuff going on.
Yeah. So being a good leader and having a clear and stable mind, it's not necessarily being that. It's more being a stoicism, right? Having that aspect of things. Understand that you can control what you can control. Don't control what you can't. So in that set of it is being able to understand, like, I got these things that are happening, but I already controlled what I can. Now let me stop where I'm at, and I'm not going to stay so sophisticated on this one thing, and stepping back and understand whatever happens around that that was going to happen. So if you're in the leadership position right now, which everyone's in a leadership position some way.
That's that army talking.
Yeah, you're in a leadership position some way, somehow. And to understand the difference is, look, if you're a private in the Army, best examples, if you're a private in the Army, you're a leader. If you're a PFC in the Army, you're a leader. If you're a specialist, you're a leader. Corporal, leader. Sergeant, leader.
If you're stocking the shelves of a Winn-Dixie, you're a leader.
Yeah. If you are the bagger at a grocery store, you're a leader.
If you're pumping gas in New Jersey, you're a leader. It's New Jersey, right? They still you can't pump your own gas?
I don't know. I actually don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's New Jersey.
I know Oregon. I think it was Oregon. They didn't have someone pump their gas anymore, and people were like putting diesel in there. I was like, how do you put diesel in your car? One, how do you all even have diesel out there?
Point is, you're a leader.
Yeah. So the point is, you're going to be a leader, right? And now, even in that position, a good leader can follow.
Yeah.
So if you find people that you mentor off of, and there's different leadership styles. There's tons of leadership styles. Some are more direct, and some are indirect. But also being able to, like, one of my favorite leaders. That there's two people that come to mind as soon as I said it. One was the NCOIC of S3. Great leader.
I agree.
He wasn't a micromanager, but when it came down to get something done, he knew how to come off and he knew how to ask to get it done.
And he knew how to treat people.
Yes.
How to say no.
My next one. He knew when, like, something was, like, he knew how to say no when it was the right thing to say no, and he knew when to speak up when it was time to speak up. My next one was the first sergeant for HHT.
Okay, yeah.
All right, another one just came to mind, but I call him, like, the mom of the squadron because, like, we had mom and dad of the squadron, and both of them had totally different leadership. And we had the CSM, Command Sergeant Major, back when we were in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
So we had him, and then we had the Lieutenant Colonel Crow. Cut that out. Dang.
Whatever. He's a good leader. What is he gonna? I don't think good old LTC is gonna be mad at that.
Yeah, I don't think he will be mad.
He might be a colonel now too. I'm not sure.
Actually, I think he is.
Good.
All right. Well, hopefully the plan is to talk to him and get him on the podcast, anyways. So hopefully we can get him here. But his style of leadership. I called him one of these days, like a while ago. I was talking to him, and I was like, "Hey, sir, I'm stepping into a leadership position in this business, and I need some advice." And one thing he told me, so how he steps into places. He said, when you go into a place, find who's the expert at those jobs, and go up to them and have them teach you something about their job, right?
Right.
And learn a little bit about their job, a little bit, just a tad bit. And then make sure you let them know, like, hey, if I have any questions, I'm coming to you in that certain topic. So he's like, I may be the lieutenant colonel or of the squadron, but for me, it's I may be in charge of all this, but I'm not the person that runs all this. It's all the professionals around me that are making this happen, making this run, and making the mission a success. I'm just the image.
Right.
So some of the things I learned from him, I learned from some other people. But
no, I learned a lot from my last command sergeant major. One of my favorite people of all time. You know, just some guy who walks into a room, takes charge of it, and everybody still likes him. It's one of those guys, you know?
Yeah.
Had the stash, commanded your respect.
Did he? Hey, I got a question. Did he do the frosted tips?
No.
He didn't do it?
He was good old drill sergeant, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Bald.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, one of my favorite people of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I learned a lot from him. I worked side by side with him, so. But yeah, no, I really liked everything you said. That was a little taste of leadership. I promise we'll do a full leadership episode one day.
Yeah, we will definitely get into it.
Ask some really good questions and answer some of you guys' questions. But for now, we're getting towards the end here. So what I really want to know about, what I'm really excited about, and what I hope everybody else is excited about, get excited if you're not. Get up and get excited.
I'll start cheering. So wild.
The Fiddler Initiative. Fiddler Fit Initiative.
The Fiddler Fit Initiative.
So it's cut up into two different parts. One is mindset, one is physical.
Yes.
So mental, physical. So give me a little bit of the mental.
So some of the things about the mental is, I think we said it in our little intro, and that's basically, if you're going to exercise your body, you need to exercise your mind.
Right.
So being able to pick up a book and read it, going out and reading a book, and then taking what you read from that book and using it in your everyday life. That would be huge. Something that a lot of people don't do. Like, if I learn something in this book, I want to put it out there. The next thing is understanding that there is perspectives on life, and everyone has their own perspective. So getting into accepting all perspectives, and that's something that I plan on. Hopefully, we could get everyone in our community involved in. Like, you got your own perspective, and I'm not going to judge you off of your perspective, but this is my perspective. We could agree to disagree, but we're all the same.
Perspective is one of the most powerful things a human being can wield for his benefit.
Yes.
So we're talking about mental obstacles and how to use weapons against that, and how to use mental weapons against everyday life. You know, you go to a gas station and somebody's nasty to you, doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's part of it that we're going to get into this. Some of the stuff that we are going to talk about, again, we're on a controlled platform.
Right.
So we got to watch what we say.
Right.
But there is something that hopefully down the road we could create when we start getting into more of our own community and on our own platforms and stuff. There's some other stuff, like, I want to get more in depth into this stuff. So some of the stuff I'm not going to call out, and you could agree with my perspective or vice versa, right?
So basically, once or twice a month, we're not sure yet. It's either going to be every 15 days. It might be once a week. It might be once a month. We're not sure. Basically, we're going to just give a little challenge, like, hey, read 10 pages a day. Go out and do something for somebody else. And you don't have to participate, but we want to see you guys participate when you do. Send it in to us. Let us know what you did. Write us a letter, whatever. Our email is in the description of this video. It'll be up on our Facebook. It's on I don't know if our email is on Instagram yet. We'll work on it, I promise. And we're going to talk about, for our initiative, we're going to talk about those mental, because it's a mental obstacles, the fear of failure, the second chances, the victim mindset, and the wishful thinking, and all that good stuff that we all do every day.
All right. So get into that. Since you said failure, popped in my head just now. Tim Kennedy had this saying in his book when his birthday was coming around. That said, I look forward of all the new failures I'm going to have this year.
My favorite thing of all time is Roosevelt's quote. You know it?
Don't.
You do. Everybody knows the quote. Let me pull up the exact quote real quick.
Yeah, that's probably not the exact quote, but it's pretty close to what Tim Kennedy had in his book. Amazing UFC fighter. Just putting that out there. Big fan. Hopefully Tim Kennedy, I can get on a podcast one day.
Maybe. I apologize for the I'm looking away. I'm not looking on my phone. What are you talking about?
Hey, gotta be faster at typing, right?
Oh, I'm not typing. I'm just looking. I have it on my phone because it's my favorite thing. So Franklin D. Roosevelt,
Yes.
Little Roosevelt, and the quote is, the only thing to fear is fear itself, right?
Yeah.
You know the quote, but that's not the whole quote. The whole quote is, so first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. That's the whole quote. And my favorite thing about that is that people were too afraid that nobody would memorize it if they put the whole thing in there. which is exactly what he's talking about.
That's yeah.
Society was so afraid. Well, if we put the whole quote in there, nobody's gonna remember it. But he was talking about fear, and you were fearful there.
Yeah. So again, let's jump back into this. Sorry, the monkey keeps on throwing the wrench to the plans. Okay. Let's talk about like the initiative. Let's get into the Fiddler Fit.
The physical portion.
Yes. So when we get into like the Fiddler Fit, what we plan on challenging, at least doing some kind of challenge. We're gonna start. Let's say kind of work it out. We're trying to still master it, trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do because we want to make the Fiddler initiative cool. That's overall. The problem. So we're trying to make it fit into some schedules and everything because we understand. Like I'm an average guy. I work every single day. I'm pretty busy, and I still got to make time for everything I'm doing. So is Reaper1. Reaper1's had to make time when he can too. And Reaper1, thank you because he's literally taking all of our audio and everything and producing it, the whole like uploading everything with his busy schedules.
Now they know if it's terrible, I know who to blame.
Hey, they got to blame someone, right?
Right? No, you can blame me. It's okay. I'm learning. I'm learning every day.
Right.
So there's essentially, right? It could be once a week. It could be once a month. It could be twice a month. We're not sure yet. But essentially, we're going to have a challenge. And it's either going to be a serious cardio session, maybe one week. It might be a serious ruck. It might be a really serious like Murph or type of real challenge. It could just be a really, really hard day in the gym. We're going to work at it, and we're going to do it too. We're doing it for ourselves, and we love it if you guys would join in. So everything we're gonna say is what we're doing. And if you want to join in, the more the merrier, right?
Look, we're not personal trainers. We're not into that. So we're not here to be like, oh, this workout's going to do this for you. No, we're not here to do that.
I know a wonderful personal trainer. Shout out.
We do.
Full of Fitness.
Yeah, you can look on Facebook.
Go look him up.
Give a shout out to.
He breaks people.
Yeah, look into Fuller Fitness. Actually, that was actually going to be one of our plans. We were I got to have a discussion over that. Talk to and try to get Fuller Fitness involved.
Yeah,
into the Fiddler Fit.
Something for the future.
Yeah, something in the future, something that we can get going. Again, veteran. Actually, he's currently active still, right?
Yes.
So
I think he is in school to be a drill sergeant right now. Yeah.
Look,
we need it. We need him in there.
Look, do tune in to him. Like, go look him up.
Please, yeah.
Go see what he has. There's that. Again, we're not personal trainers. We're not here to anything. If anything, we're just trying to like, hey man, look,
we're trying to better ourselves.
We're bettering ourselves, and we want you guys to be involved. And maybe you guys want to join us. Join us in the journey that we're taking, right? So here's the only thing that we're doing is if you are like, hey, I need to go to the gym, but I don't know what to do. Well, cool. Well, Fiddler Talk was talking about their fitness side, and this is what they're doing. Maybe I could go to the gym and do what they're doing. And then maybe when I'm in the gym, I could ask around while I'm in the gym and find
always email us.
So that is something that we're doing. We're also looking to build like a way to challenge your stuff. And that because we're challenging our stuff, we hope to see you challenge your stuff as well.
Right.
So
that is all going to tie into our wonderful foundation that hopefully takes off and can really help a lot of people.
Yeah, we'll get more into the foundation once we start getting more involved. You guys will hear more exactly how the foundation is going to rise and how we're going to make this stuff happen.
That being said, Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still here, we really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to us. Even if it's only one person, you mean the world to us.
Yes. Again, this cannot happen. The foundation and everything we're doing cannot happen without you.
Right.
We are on Facebook. We got Facebook, TikTok. Still need to upload on TikTok. That's coming. All these videos, we will cut them in clips, put them on TikTok.
We don't like TikTok, but you kind of have to use it.
Yeah, gotta reach everyone, right? So we got TikTok,
Facebook,
Instagram. Plan on Instagram where we're gonna start posting more gym stuff. That's the plan for that. And then Facebook. Facebook been pretty good with us. YouTube's been really good for us.
Yeah, everybody on YouTube that watched our last bloopers and stuff like that, thank you.
And I hope you enjoy it because there's a couple in here that I see. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna take these out to bloopers.
I'm going to, and I'm just gonna. I don't care if in 10 years it's like blooper 14,673. I'm numbering them.
Okay.
Okay, they're all numbered.
So, yeah, we have a couple things that we're doing. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing. Because without you, this cannot be happening. So thank you. And thank you, Reaper1.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you. And I really hope to see everybody. I look forward to seeing everybody who watched it and saying hi to you guys in the comments and all that stuff. Reaper, Saber Main won't do it. He's too prissy for that.
All right.
Reaper1 out.
Saber Main.